Hey, how's it going in the studio? I'm going to be taking a look at financial grants available for people who are interested in tackling some of the important costly issues for taxpayers. It's taxpayers. Government do not produce anything, so it costs for NHS overall, but either way, government is not producing anything. Taxpayers producing things, and government is kind of up there distributing those things. But either way, so let's touch on that. Let's touch on some of the statistics. I'll jump right into it. Obesity cost. Well, I'm currently looking at UK, right? Obesity cost at NHS around 6.5 billion a year, and it's the second biggest prevention cause of cancer. Or 1 in 4, 26% adults, and 23.4% of children aged 10 to 11 years in England are living with obesity, placing huge pressure on the health and care systems. We are taking action to help people make healthier choices to tackle obesity, reduce pressure on the NHS, and boost the economy. So that's an issue, right? So this is something that they're looking to achieve, as well as they're looking to support some of the research work that people might be interested in doing up there to help to address this issue, right? Myself, I'm a personal trainer. I have many years of working within the industry. If anything, I can put everything in one sentence, right? How to solve this problem. And we're looking to support people up there who can address this issue and do some research on this particular topic. You need to eat less calories, right? When you're looking to, so depending on how many calories you're consuming now, right? You need to eat less, right? Very simple. I don't know if that's very scientific, but either way, so you need to eat a little bit less. That's it. And be perhaps more active. That's it. To solve this problem, right? It's something that costs a lot of billions, right? Let's take a look at some of the measures that currently government is taking to address this important issue. Health should be an important issue for many people, I guess. We have introduced several measures, including restrictions that we place on the less healthy products in stores and online, for example, near cashiers, to reduce the likelihood of impulse purchases. So we have introduced that. I haven't noticed. Perhaps there should be more vegetables, fruit up there, which can be considered high in natural sugars, but at least it would have some potassium that could address natural sugars, right? That would come from fruit or the vegetables, depending, right? But either way. So they're looking to address some of those issues there by doing that. Introducing calories labeling on menus in restaurants, cafes, and takeaways so people know exactly how many calories are in their orders, helping them to make informed decisions about their choices of food. Perhaps calories is the one way to measure how calorie dense food might be. That's one way. I don't know entirely what all the solutions. I don't know. So to say the least, having measures up there so you can track your calorie intake, right? So it could be perhaps for if you're not that active, it could be perhaps 2.5 thousand calories that you should aim for. Ideally, that would be some middle ground, right? And from there, you can address if you're eating perhaps slightly too much calories every day or slightly too little. But again, I don't know your body weight, your body composition, how active are your or what's your build, right? Do you have a lot of muscle? You have like a 60 kilogram tiny woman? I don't know. So it's very hard to measure that, right? So, but yeah, to say the least, that these there are some measures which being introduced by government to at least measure your calorie intake. The NHS has introduced a soaps and shakes diet for people with type 2 diabetes. I don't know nothing, as well as I know that you need to consult with your health professional, would that be considered as a doctor, for advising anybody with type 2 diabetes and everything. So stick to professionals when it comes to perhaps getting injured or making things worse. We have announced a 20 million obesity mission to explore new treatments and digital technologies which could support people achieving a healthier weight. I mean, it's good that they're doing something. Only thing what they need to do, right? Let me put in simple terms: people need to be more active and eat less, slightly less than they need to, calories a day, right? Slightly less. Instead of eating slightly more calories than they have to across the day, we need to eat slightly less, and perhaps to help to use those calories, and perhaps they should consider being more active. That's it. That's the only thing what they need to do. But at least they're taking some measures, so taxpayer money to address some of those issues, right? We have invested 320 million a year in school sports to help children and young people have an active start to life, which is great. I agree with this bit. I completely agree with this. Just being, I'm not entirely sure how well that money can be used, but it's good that they're investing more in that and perhaps bringing more people's or younger people's attention from a younger age towards this direction, as well as I have seen other government support of that, bringing younger people's attention to other issues as well. Calories and understanding when it comes to calories and food is a good thing. We also work with NHS and local authorities to support people living with obesity, reach and healthier weight by developing effective preventive care plans for those with high risk of weight gain and diet-related illness. Service range from behavioral weight management programs to consideration of weight loss drugs, which is never a solution, but either way, unless I don't know if your personal circumstances are, but most of the time I would consider more natural alternatives. And bariatric surgery. Okay, so we're talking about some extreme cases. Let's take a look at some of the plans for the future and how those plans can affect different businesses. From October 2025, I'm taking this information from a government's website, so information should be accurate. The 2025, we will ban multi-buy promotions like buy one get one free, or on the less healthy food. Perhaps we're looking to address those issues. From October 2025, we will ban the advertisement of less healthier products on television or on-demand programs and online before the watershed from 9 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Either way, I don't know. So we're taking some actions, hopefully, to addressing some of those issues of that, since it costs money. Since it costs money for taxpayers, so we're looking to prevent some of that cost. We're talking about 6.5 billion. Yeah, so 6.5 billion. This is how much it costs, and we're looking to increase measures. So at least we're doing something. At least we're doing something. And the last one, our major condition strategy call for evidence is seeking views from the public on how the healthcare system can support people to live healthier lives, including how we can help people to achieve or maintain a healthier weight. So we're looking at asking. So, so it's like I feel good. I have fill in no response. No one's doing anything about anything. Well, I would fill in. Sometimes those forms would take away an hour of my time and would not necessarily offer anything in return, even though. But I don't know. It seems like a waste of everyone's time. But at least they're leaving something, right? So feel good forms. If you want, you can express your thoughts, beliefs, and opinions. But if they were to consult with professionals, so usually they could put those professionals, as I mentioned, they could put everything into sentences, right, to how to address those issues. But there's a lot of, I don't know, special interest, and if you're actually solving any problems, who's electing this government to solve this particular problem, that's what I'm interested in. uh, I don't know if I'm giving a full picture because there's some information up there on the same website about some of the measures that was taken so far and how although some of the measures that have they taken impact that they made. But I'm not entirely sure if that information is accurate. But either way, it's good to have the full perspective, right? If anything, from my personal experience, the way how some of the food you might find label it in shops very well compared to perhaps different countries, right? Within the UK, they're doing a good job when it comes. Whereas I need to give full picture about everything what's happening. In particular, there was one part that says calorie labeling and expected to bring health benefits to 4.6 billion and provide NHS savings of 430 million over 25 years. So even the labeling products for what they actually are when it comes to calories and not necessarily limited to calories as well as color coding things. So I don't know if people have noticed. But some of the food, the way how you when you're purchasing food, there's set guidelines, and some of the food can be high in saturated fat, high in overall calorie density when it comes to saturated fat, other things, right? You can follow those guidelines. Just read the label, basically. Just read the label, it describes everything very well. I don't want to mislead anything by sharing something inaccurate, but I have my own formula that I'm using when I making my purchase decision or what kind of food I will eat myself. But either way. So what I'm saying is the way how they're doing, what we compare against, right? The way how they're labeling food will indicate very well. They're doing a great job. If you're interested in learning more, I have published a journal. In the journal, I'm sharing a lot of information with the people who are interested in learning more. Inflow of this journal is designed so it would be enough time for you to develop a habit if you were to pick up this journal. You will need to work from cover to cover, so giving yourself enough time to establish habits that would last. It's structured in a way so you would need to take a look at 24-hour windows every single day and how and what you're doing across every single day. Would I have identified particular areas within a day which to be addressed? I think those areas are very, very important. Start with those. It's very fundamental, very basic areas, and from those you can look for ways to improve what perhaps depending on your personal circumstances. But start with those and work from there. You can find it in the description below as well as topic that has it. Overall structure when it comes to finding ways to measure things. That's a step one. Find ways to measure. Once you find different ways how you can measure things, collect that data and look for small ways how you can improve all the metrics, right? You just having enough time, enough teams, or enough projects that you can launch, as well as how much data government might have access to, and collecting some of the data up there, and how some of the programs that they might be interested in launching on top of the existing ones, and how those projects can affect. So I don't know, that's more complex, right? I prefer that's way more complex. Rather sticking to if you can try to be more active and eat perhaps less calories if you can. Especially perhaps, I don't know, we're entering soon holiday season, just watch your calories, or perhaps New Year's resolutions, try to work on those as well. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.